This past weekend in Orlando, Florida was an absolute blast as CEO 2026 is finally done. I got to play so many casuals with so many new friends and faces. I got to walk around the artist alley and grab a bunch of FGC items, much like this little jam sticker and this cute little Makoto pin, and I've got a couple other posters that I'm going to put along this wall somewhere. But otherwise, for it being my first regional tournament, I actually went 2-2 in my Street Fighter 6 bracket, which wasn't so bad. And I actually want to kind of break down my tournament run, as this was my first ever major tournament, and probably I think it was actually my first local in-person event for Street Fighter 6 thus far anyways. So I got a limited amount of clips from the weekend, but I asked one of my friends to record my sets, so I wanted to just kind of get into a little bit of the weeds of what, you know, this event did for me, or, you know, how it was, you know, going forward. So anyways, this was my round 1 opponent against a JP player. I forget his name. It was like Punch Fist or something like that. Apologies if you watch this. But yeah, you know, I was going into this tournament completely like no expectations whatsoever. I was like taking an extensive break from Street Fighter in general. And I think Street Fighter I had not played for like 3 months up until this point. And before then I was playing Guilty Gear Strive to get used to Tokon, which, you know, Tokon had a much less than stellar launch, so I kind of have just been playing Street Fighter 6 as I'm a PC only player. Anyways, my whole idea going into CEO was that I was just gonna have the best weekend possible, and no matter what of my score, I'll just take that as what it is, right? This was just me getting started, you know, whatever. And JP is a matchup that I don't think is too terribly bad. However, I think depending on the player could be obviously harder than whatever, but good anti-air DP. I missed my grab there. I don't know why I'm just spamming crouching medium. But as soon as I noticed that he was like jumping a lot, I think I stopped going for as much hard buttons. Yeah, hell yeah. Ooh, apologies, it's not in one video. I think this is the same round. So then he grabs me. It was a little bit getting used to the PS5's grab or whatever. Ooh, but we answered back. This is in the second round. Apologies, it's so blurry because I think at a certain point I just like Omega Oki. I'm fucking up my grabs so much. But my DPs are clean though. Do you see me? I get this off. Do I heal? I probably just heal. Yeah, just stay healthy. I'm just crazy right now. There we go. And that's the round. Good anti-airs. Holy. Okay. Good jump in. I didn't convert from that. Kind of sucks. I could have gotten punished there for the forward heavy. Not a lot of zoning from this guy. I think I'm like +1 there off the roll. I think I can also take my turn back there. This is actually doubling as like reviewing film, you know? Oh my god. And also my anti-airs for my grab situation are so clean. I actually do that drill in training mode a decent bit. Yup. Oh. Got the what's it called? Got the overhead. And I think this is my 3rd round. Oh yeah. And then I win 2-1, took it over the JP opponent. And then I get matched up because I won my first game, okay, at CEO 2026. I don't know if any of you UK Street Fighter 6 players know who this man is, but yes, I match up into the Problem X, okay? Now, for those of you that do not know, okay, Problem X has been around in Street Fighter for a while. I may not have been playing Street Fighter ever since Street Fighter 6 came out, you know, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 4, whatever, but you know this guy as like the Bison player, okay? He's been around forever, and he is a seasoned veteran of fighting games. So I knew I had no chance going into this guy, okay? However, I just wanted to go in, get my feet wet, no expectations for this weekend, so here we go. He plays Alex, and Alex I don't think is too bad of a matchup for Elena. I think it's kind of, you know, whatever. I had seen him in the other round, kind of just chipping away at drive gauge. Nice perfect parry from me. Kind of just respects my plus frames there. Yeah, honestly, this whole set really made me realize that I often kill myself. Oftentimes, I feel like I just kill myself. He's very good at whiff punishing, and he's right outside range, and I'm not used to the range that I need to be at yet, you know? In my infancy, like, this is my first ever tournament in general in person for Street Fighter 6, so that could have been... I think he was standing, so I could have confirmed to level 3. Sucks. I think I realized, but we lost. We lost 2-0. It's okay. It happens. Then also, some other highlights of the event. I also got some shots of, you know, just CEO in general. And then to the right of me, I was gonna pan over, but this was this is my friend Foster. We had gotten a bunch of stuff within the venue. This was also me.
I just copped the fucking hat.
Getting my CEO hat. Came with a really cool sticker.
We lie.
Here it is. I still have it. Right here. Really cool sticker. I'll probably put it on my fight stick or something at some point, but yeah, it was really cool. I also got a picture with Shine, my favorite competitor in general. I look so fucking chopped here, but you know, it is what it is. I had to get, there was no other person that I asked a picture for the whole weekend, but I had to hit up Shine because he's the GOAT. So this is the Makoto poster that I had purchased. This is another creator's booth. There were so many FGC related items in this event. Obviously, I mean, it's CEO, but man, I have been to so many like Twitch cons. I have been to so many like, you know, just dream hacks, like very generic gaming conventions, and they have a lot for a lot of games, but not a lot for Street Fighter specific stuff, or just FGC in general. And this was a nice change of pace. Also, watched the top 8 for 2XKO on Saturday, and it was absolutely amazing for 2XKO. No, I'm playing. No, but it was great. It was a nice little vibe. You know, I really do truly underestimate how great fighting games are whenever you're not in the personal environment, right? Like, if you're just at home and you just play ranked, as many of us do, as I do a lot of the time, these games are very hollow, you know? They're not as good as they could be. But in person, I mean, you could just see it from here. Like, so many people around us, right? And we were standing, but this was a great top 8, and I don't even play 2XKO. But, you know, people around me, I was like, Brahms fucked up. And then the other guy's like, yeah, Brahms fucked up, you know, like, and it was sick. It was sick for me to just indulge myself in a lot of fighting game isms, right? Also, another benefit is that top players are everywhere, okay? So here's Dogura, an Elena pro from Japan, fighting Ending Walker from the UK, a top level Ryu player, and they're just playing sets, right? Like, there's so many people around that you could just watch for free, and they're just warming up, they're playing games, they're having fun, and it's a great place to just kind of network, not really for like, you know, cloud or whatever like that, right? Like, when you hear networking, you think of like, oh, this is like LinkedIn or some shit. No, like, this is the greatest part to get games with people, and it really truly opened my eyes, you know, to tell me, hey, you need to get the fuck out there and like play games at your locals. So may or may not try and get like a locals vlog or something of the sort at some point, but this event definitely made me want to go to my locals and actually, like, you know, play fighting games. It's really fun. It's awesome. You get to see somebody like Dogura cook in person, right? Not on, like, on a screen, you know, or in game, right? Like looking up his replays. Like, no, this is like a real in person, and you see how he twitches, you know, his body to get like the punish counter, right? Like, look, he's trying to, like, you know, he's trying to perfect parry or something like that. You know what I mean? And you don't get that anywhere else, you know? So it was really cool. It was really cool. And then finally, there was this artist. You can probably see their Space Day. I think this is where I got the jam sticker from. But there was a really cool thing that they were doing. You could build your own cabinet for like $30. And by no means am I sponsored by this creator. However, I just wanted to shine light of the cool stuff that I seen at the event. Like this, for example, there's a lot of like X-Men characters. There's a lot of like, different Marvel versus Capcom, characters and stuff like that. But you get to make your own cabinet with your own characters. So you get to do 3 heroes plus a cabinet, and they had like. So you see here, there's Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then they also had like a Skullgirls and a 2XKO themed cabinet. It was absolutely sick. And you could literally just throw in whatever heroes that you wanted in the cabinet, and it's like this, its own charm. Really cool idea. I just, there was so much going on, I didn't pull the trigger, but at least I got a sticker from it. So, it is what it is. Just really cool stuff, honestly. For those of you who have never been to a CEO in your life, this was the room that they used for Jabali World, and I'm sure they kind of moved some of the monitors or whatever. Actually, is this Jabali World? I don't even fucking know. Oh yeah, it is. You can see like the little entranceway here for Jabali World, but basically, so many people gathered for this like money match, right? I wasn't there because it was super late. However, this venue just had so many people around, and it was just an absolute like amazing time. I think this picture alone shows you the vibe that CEO had, that I think makes it so special. I don't know. This was my first time going to CEO, but it is definitely not my last time. So yeah, really cool stuff. I was very much in a spot where I just didn't really want to like continue playing fighting games, especially after I was bummed out of the Tokon release. But I think fighting games are there to stay for me. I have other content planned that are non-fighting game related. I think just a little channel update action or direction or whatever. Don't be surprised if there's different video games and different things that come up on my stream, on my channel. I love fighting games, but sometimes I think it's valuable to take like a month break. Maybe less, maybe more, right? In between update cycles and whatnot, just to be kind of sustainable in this whole like content creation thing. Anyways, I'll leave it there. CEO was great. It was an amazing time. I had a lot of fun with a lot of friends. And like I said before, the biggest thesis I would say for this whole trip and this weekend is that CEO and locals and fighting games are amazing. And I'm going to be checking out some local scenes, for my local fighting game. You get what the fuck I mean. I'm tired, bro. It's like 8 p.m. I'm like fucking running on fumes, bro. I had to work as soon as I got back. Okay, anyways, love you guys. Bye.